Hello, dear friends. I'm going to talk to you today about this wonderful therapeutic modality of family constellation. Family constellation is based on this premise. It was founded by Bert Hellinger, and it's based on this premise that we are all energy beings. So as we are all energy beings, so in our families, we become connected to each other's energy, and the family itself becomes an energy unit. So I'll be sharing with you my understanding of what family constellation is and how I practice it. I feel that every practitioner does modify it in some way and practice it with something which comes from within them, and I would say true about myself also. So I have learned some, and some I have just modified in my own way, and I'll be sharing that with you and how I practice it. So if we look back at not only the immediate family in the sense of just the husband, wife and the children, but the family extends much more than that. It also includes our, say, grandparents, their parents, and so on. So this extended family is like a family tree. And like as the tree, every part is interconnected. So the family, the ancestors, we are actually connected to them. So if you have explored meditation, if you understand energy, you would be completely able to relate to this and understand that how it's very much possible that we are connected energetically with our families. So what happens then is that even like, for example, any act of our ancestors, some act which has hurt someone badly, like maybe there was somebody who was murdered, and maybe there was somebody who was cheated by a member of our family. And that act could have implications on us. It's because the energy is connected, and unconsciously we take on the burden of the family karma, right? And this is one way. The other way is that when the energy of the family living together is not in harmony. For example, say the order in the family is disturbed. So if you are listening and you could be relating to it, and I related to it myself, it's really related to how our Hindu mythology is, how the values in India have been for the longest time. So they would say the father comes first, or the elder brother comes first. So if we watch Ramayana or read Ramayana, we'd see there's so much respect which is afforded to somebody just coming from a different position. So, and it's very much makes sense when we look at how it really operates in family constellation. So with the order of the family, the parents will come first. So it's the energy which passes on to the children. So the energy coming from the ancestors, moving to the parents and going to the children. So if the order in the family is disturbed, for example, so many times one observes these days, the children have become really bossy, and they actually become the parents of the parents. It would seem from their behavior that they are the parents. Or they could become like overly caring, overly authoritative with the parents. So then they are not in the position of the child anymore, and they might end up feeling kind of unnourished, unsupported. So the family might be there. So the father would say, no, I'm there for you. And the mother might say, I'm there for you. But the person might still feel very unsupported and very lonely. So it's the order in the family which has become disharmonized. So by working with the modality of family constellation, many times we are able to harmonize this order. Family constellation can be done in two ways. It is either individual family constellation or a group family constellation. So in group family constellation, so it would be like I am doing family constellation for Anjali, and there are people, like 8 people in the group, and there would be people who would represent Anjali. She would choose them herself, and then there would be somebody she would choose for her mother, for her father, and these people would come stand whichever we've defined as the family constellation field, which is like in the center, for example, say. And it's amazing if you get the opportunity to observe a family constellation session. It is amazing that these people then are able to tune into the energy of these people they are representing, and many times they're able to say the same things that those people say without knowing anything about them. And as the family constellation facilitator, does certain changes in their positions or suggests certain things which can be said by them. And it's kind of like a very free-flowing and a very dynamic process, which sometimes the energy can be corrected. We can have insights when we see that family constellation, and understanding of what is the dynamic operating in the family, or which role we are stuck in. Sometimes, the person watches gets very interesting insights, and even not only the person whose family constellation is being done, many times the people playing the roles are able to get insights of their own situations because of the role that they are playing, or the other people who are watching. It's an immensely transforming experience. Another way to do it is individual family constellation. So there we do not need people to represent the family members. We use small pieces like puppets we use, and it could be done through other things also. One can use pillows, one can use pieces of paper with names written on them, could be anything. So there are these things which are used to represent the family members, and how I do it is we operate very intuitively, and we suggest healing sentences, or the movements are made which can harmonize the energy in the family. So individual family constellation is also extremely interesting, and many times the person watching it gets immense insights, and there are movements which happen in the family post the constellation also. I feel that family constellation as a modality, it really helps us to see the wider picture, the bigger picture of our life. It helps us to see that how interconnected we all are. It helps us to see that the acts that we do, and it could cast long shadows. Yeah, it teaches us about harmony. It teaches us about coming together. It teaches us about, maybe respect. So I feel there are beautiful learnings about life in family constellation as we see it, practice it. So I hope you find this interesting and helpful in some way. And thank you for listening.